referring, of course, to Bob and Brad Armstrong. And I think a lot of people would say, you mean the Armstrong brothers. Well, actually, they're a father and son tag team combination, but certainly they do look like brothers, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. You know, in 1973, I went to that Omni, and I saw my dad here win a 1973 Cadillac, and never did I ever think that I'd be there to come out on top of that tournament. It was just, it's like I'm still in a dream world. It's just like, I'd also like to say thank you to the fans there. They were super to me and Dad, and I really appreciate it.
That's right. You know, never did I think that my son would be wrestling in the biggest tournament ever held in the South. It was a very happy occasion for us. It was tough. Brad got his nose split, a couple of teeth loosened, a couple of bruised ribs, but what the heck. It was all worth it when we got this trophy over here on your right. But you know, Gordon, one thing about it, Tommy Rich is not too happy. Tommy Rich got a very raw deal, I feel. I've talked to him. He's a very dejected young man. He feels that he let himself down as well as the people. But from what I've heard, there's a lot of controversy going on in that national heavyweight title match between he and Superstar. And from the people I've talked to, there was some kind of switch. Something wasn't quite up to par. And I think we'll be hearing more about that. And I just hope Tommy feels a lot better about it. It's just too bad that everybody couldn't have been as happy as us. And if right now, Gordon, if you'll let me, I want to get that trophy, take it with us, because it's ours for at least a year. Thank you.
It is indeed, and here is the trophy we're referring to, of course, 4 foot of silver.
Right now, but I'm not here to talk about how pretty.
And now to talk to Bob Armstrong, I had wanted to talk to Tommy Wildfire Rich, but Tommy, of course, is a very emotional young man and feels that he's let everybody down, and more importantly, let himself down. And Bob, I think everybody would have to disagree with that.
Well, certainly. Tommy's, they call him Wildfire, and he didn't get that name by accident. He's got a lot of heart, as much heart as anybody I've ever seen. He's a tough competitor, and he is emotional, like you say, but anybody in this profession has to be emotional or you're a loser, and Tommy is definitely a winner. I'll say this, you can hear the Canada people, they feel the same way I do. Now, we were going to watch a film here, I believe, Gordon, in which something happened that Tommy was very instrumental in the very end of what happened on this film.
Yeah, and it's something, of course, that in the years that I've been associated with professional wrestling, and Bob and I had talked about it earlier in the years he's been associated with it, I've never seen anything quite like it. It's a phenomenon, in my opinion.
It's the very first. It's very unusual, and I'll tell you, a picture's worth 1,000 words, Gordon. Why don't we just watch that?
Okay, let's go to the Omni, Don, and take a look at exactly what does happen. This regards Dusty Rhodes, the American team. Now, here you see Dusty Rhodes and Gary Hart, and suddenly, there you saw it. And what that is, I don't know, but again, a strange, gaseous-like mixture emanating from the mouth of the great Kabuki that staggered the American Dream. And he obviously does not have visual contact with anybody. And whatever this was caught him in the face, and he does not have any sort of visual, and I'm beginning to think any sort of recognition factor at all.
That's exactly right. He's just fighting for survival right now. After this stuff, whatever it was that hit him in the eyes, it caused some damage, and he was just fighting for survival about this time, Gordon. You can see now things went kind of haywire. Dusty doesn't know where he is. But, you know, anytime you have an eye injury and things go back on you, that's a definite problem for you. And with as many people involved in this incident, he was fighting for his life, so to speak. But, you know, Dusty is back now. He's better, and he's trying to match, and he'll be here. I'll tell you one thing. He's ready. Somebody will pay. Dusty's the man.
Well, there's no question he's going to settle the score with the great Kabuki and with Playboy Gary Hart. And right now, I do have Tommy Wildfire Rich with me. He is going to have a match here momentarily. But, Tommy, I hope you understand that you have taken this very personally, like you personally have let people down, and nobody feels that way at all.
Gordon, you know, past few days, and I see, you know, I was sitting back there in the back, and, you know, I was feeling kind of sorry for myself, but I heard all these people out here chatting, we want Tommy, we want Tommy. Well, I want to tell them something. Tommy's here to stay. And I don't give a damn if it's the Superstar, the Super Destroyer, Ric Flair. Y'all watch out. Right there it says it. Wildfire. And that's exactly what it's going to be from now on.
Tommy Wildfire Rich, and he's heading toward the ring now. He's got a match with Iron Mike Sharpe. This should prove to be a tough contest indeed. And I see the Superstar entering the area now, coming to ringside. A quick consultation between Mike Sharpe and the Superstar. The Superstar, of course, now the national heavyweight champion. And now I notice the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair on hand, and exploding on Iron Mike Sharpe, and Sharpe, the Iron Man from Canada, firing back. And a tremendous contest between these two. And it is Iron Mike Sharpe. And wait a second. Jose Medina just starts the ring, and Tommy Wildfire Rich explodes on him. Referee call for the bell, but Tommy Wildfire Rich after everybody now. Wildfire did indeed prove that name to be correct. And now, wait a minute, Medina charges in again. And Wildfire Tommy Rich catches him, hurdles him out the opposite side of the ring. And the superstar starting to go to the ring. And the referee, an obvious situation here, an obvious disqualification. But whether or not, boy, I'll tell you what, Tommy Wildfire Rich has again proved his name. He exploded. And we saw the Tommy Rich of old at that particular point, as no matter who came at him, and he really didn't care. He just took them all. There you see it now, as Iron Mike Sharpe giving up the battle, coming outside the ring, and it is the superstar sending Medina in. And as he moves in, look at Tommy Wildfire Rich closing in on him before he even gets a chance to get in through those ring ropes. And sends Medina, having second thoughts, would like to get away, couldn't. Wildfire was right on him, hurdles him out the opposite side of the ring. And the referee, of course, calling for the disqualification. I would like to point out Michael Hayes.